Thank you for joining me today. This is Whitney with the Yoga Art Space Studio. And today's practice is yoga for stimulating the cerebral cortex. Specifically, we're working on levels of inversions. These are the ways that I eventually learned to build up to full headstand. That will be one of the poses today, but don't feel like you have to do it today. Now, the first inversion technique we'll be practicing is an elbow stand. So I like to do this close to a wall. Fingertips end up about 2 or 3 inches away from the wall. Elbows down about as wide as shoulders. Clasp the hands together. Now take dolphin pose, walking the legs in so the hips are as high as possible, and then begin to kick your way with one leg and then the other up toward the wall. Oftentimes practicing a couple of times is optimal, and then eventually one day you'll be able to kick hard enough to stick all the way up to the wall. And so then from here, if you make it to the wall, then practice. Maybe 1 foot away from the wall, maybe both, even just for a brief moment. And when you're done, you're going to be a little bit tired, so just take a mini moment with with child's pose. This is our chance after inversions. Child pose never felt better. Good. So our next one is practicing a headstand using the feet to walk up the wall. So we place the crown of the head on the ground, the hands cup around the head, and once we've got the head suitably in place, start to walk the feet up the wall. Maybe just hold at this 90-degree angle. Maybe one leg lifts and starts to travel away from the wall. And as you lift further behind you, you'll be able to lift the foot on the wall away. So practice with 1 foot and then the other. Sometimes you reach a point where you can try to lift both legs up. If you're worried at all, have a spot nearby so that they can help you not fall backwards. Anyways, just play maybe with the wall the whole time, maybe not, and take a child pose for a few breaths. The next technique is pretty fun. You take 2 chairs, and your neck will need to end up in between the 2 chairs. The more padding the chair has, the most comfortable it becomes, but you want it to be stable, solid chairs. So the head goes through. You want to scoot both chairs in so that your shoulders have lots of surface area to be on there. The hands go flat onto the front part of the chair. Once you're there, begin to play with bringing some weight of your body up over the shoulders. And eventually you'll find yourself in this headstand variation that has a little bit less pressure on the head. I like to have the wall behind me in case I kind of lose balance for a moment, and then come back up. And again, today's practices are just to play with inversions. A lot of people are so afraid of them that they never try. When you come down, pike slowly, and then again take a moment with child pose, giving a chance for blood to get back into the brain. So have fun, be playful. We've got one more inversion we'll practice today, and this is the full headstand. So know that if you're not ready for it, go back even just to the elbow stand practice, even just to the feet on the wall version, whatever helps you feel the most comfortable and stable. If you don't feel ready for headstand, usually that's a sign to not go into it yet. So cupping hands around the head, lift the hips as high up as you can. I like to lift one leg up and then the other joins to rise. But if you can pike your whole way up, that's a much more strength-based way to get into it, building a strong core as you go. You can choose how long you stay. Sometimes 10 breaths is fine. Eventually you can get to the point where 10 minutes feels great. But for today, we rest down right into child pose. And after playing with these inversions, just breathe. Stay as long as you have time to relax and rest. Thank you for joining me today. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.